Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this week's show of the Crypto Diggers Show, where women dig crypto. Let me start with a disclaimer. The information and materials that we will share with you in this show are not to be considered as financial advice. It is our aim in this show to improve your crypto awareness and education. The cryptocurrency is a highly volatile, market. Therefore, you should carefully, take into consideration whether cryptocurrency is right for you, considering your financial circumstances and resources. As a person who's been involved in the world of cryptocurrencies and cryptography for a while, it was in conversations with family, friends, and colleagues that I realized there is a lot that's happening in the crypto space that most people, especially women, and more specifically women in Africa, are not exposed to, they are unsure about, and have no knowledge, of what's happening in the crypto world. Since we started with the conversations, there's been a lot that we have learned from our guests, from being reminded that we should be careful of hypes, to learning that in this opportunity, risk management is key. Networking as well is critical in this space. Also learning how you can earn from using the savings options that are provided on the exchanges, to learning about opportunities on how to trade on cryptos. More importantly, on the trading side, learning how you can partner with platforms where you can trade yourself because you don't need anybody else to be doing the trading for you. We also learned about crypto mining and its various advantages. We've also, on the volatility of the coins, we've seen, lots of coins that we got excited about, their value going up, going down. And yesterday and this morning across the world, there's a huge excitement as the value of Bitcoin, which is the biggest cryptocurrency, the value has increased. It is now sitting at about 67,000 US dollars. Can you imagine if you had gotten yourself one or two, Bitcoins when it started in 2009? Today, you'd be smiling all the way to the shops, not to the bank, to the shops. Whilst the show is mainly aimed at women in Africa who continue to be left behind as it relates to financial literacy and freedom, I'm glad that we are seeing a slow and steady emergence of women in the world in the space of crypto. As the African proverb says, you educate a woman, you educate the community. You empower a woman, you empower the community. It's therefore critical that we continue to improve the knowledge about crypto for women in Africa. Through these sessions, women in Africa will learn about their own personal experiences with crypto, what they have learned about cryptos, about blockchain, about DeFi's, one of the new terms, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and also how these platforms have helped them, improve their financial freedom, how this platform have helped them to gain knowledge to further develop their business acumen. We also learn from women who will teach us or talk to us about technologies that are behind the phenomenon of cryptos. We'll also learn how they are using the opportunities of decentralized finance to bypass the financial policies and processes that continue to exclude them. So what is it at the end of the day that we want to achieve? What's our main objective that we want to achieve? Through engagements with women and men who are involved in crypto, we aim to provide you and improve your knowledge and understanding about the world of crypto, its impact and possibilities for women in Africa. As our slogan says, women dig crypto. Thank you for joining us today on the show, and we welcome your comments and questions. If you're joining us on Zoom, you can put your comments and questions in the chat box. If you're following us on the Facebook Live, also do that, and we will endeavor to address them during the course of the show, if not during the course following the show. So today, I am excited to say Jambo Sasa to June, who's joining us all the way from Kenya. June is somebody who's been involved in the crypto space for a while, and she will share with us her story about how, you know, she has grown and how the crypto business has impacted on her life. Jambo, my sister.
Jambo Sana, thank you so much for having me on the call.
Wonderful, June. I see we've got a couple of people that have joined us as well on Zoom. Welcome to each and every one of you that has joined us. So June, we are going to go through a couple of questions, but before we go into anything that has to do with crypto, let's start with this question. Who is June? Tell us about June.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, my name is June Wainaina. I will keep my video off because I'm at the golf club and the internet is a bit shaky, so forgive me for that. But my name is June Wainaina. I am, first of all, a mother. My son William is 23. He is at Melbourne University, studying pursuing a master's degree in finance. And that's a big part of why I got into the crypto industry. Fees in Melbourne is rather high. And the investments I had that I was relying on to help me manage the fees payments for the total of 5 years that my son will be in university, you know, really got stabbed in the back by the COVID experience. So a year ago, when
June, I'm not sure if it's just me.
The lockdown all over the world, I was counting on
we seem to be having a slight challenge with the network. June is just going to be, switching devices. So if you are with us, from any part of Africa, you know how sometimes we have challenges with the network. But I love this. I mean, here's a mother who, just in the bit that she shared with us, somebody that needed to provide funds for her son to go and study, in Melbourne, Australia, and recognize that the funds and savings that she has were not going to be sufficient, and started looking into the crypto space. And this is, my intention and my objective with this show, to highlight to each and every person the value that crypto can bring into your life. Over to you, my dear.
Okay, I'm back in the call.
Much better.
Thank you. So I'll keep my video off just to maintain a better connection. So yes, of course, this is a big part of the experience. In some parts of Africa, we have fabulous 5G internet. In fact, in Kenya, we have very, very, very good internet. And this, for me, also meant that I carry my bank around with me wherever I go. So on the onset of COVID, I already was working online. I had 6 Zoom calls a day. I had been doing, network marketing for a few years. I believe very much in network marketing. However, when the time came for me to receive my twice a year payment from the bond coupon, wow, I was extremely disappointed. The amount of money that I would normally get twice a year was, enough to pay school fees, particularly for my son. And this is a 5-year program, 3 years undergraduate and then 2 years master's degree. So it really took me by surprise. I really was knocked off my feet by the pathetic amount I got as a coupon, because of course COVID affected all the financial markets, and I didn't see that coming. So I tried to diversify my portfolio, but basically my background, as they say in Africa, I went to the University of Transkei in South Africa. I have a degree in computer science and statistics. This degree doesn't have much correlation with my venture into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because I'm exactly a year and a half old. I got into cryptocurrency in May of 2020. And in a way, I do thank God that COVID brought something to me in addition to, all the other issues that may have happened with COVID. So in a synchronous manner, I took some money out of my bond portfolio and put it into cryptocurrency mining. And 1 year and 4 months later, I have 2 mining plans. And the strength of what I do is really based on the teamwork that I have with the people that I'm in business with. And really, apart from everything else, having an independent source of income means that I can not only pay my son's fees, but I can involve myself in the film industry, where I am actually a film producer. I got into film in my 40s, and it's very important to have a solid source of income because film, as you know, is very, very expensive. So in a nutshell, that's who I am. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a mother. I'm passionate about what I do. I am also an active Rotarian, and part of why I'm, at the golf club is we have our Rotary meeting going on. It's very important for me to not only have independent income, but to be able to give back to society in whichever way I can. So that's my background.
Oh, June, that is just so wonderful. One, I'm excited to meet a fellow Rotarian. And two, I'm excited that you are at a golf club because, for those that know me, I am an addict for the sport. So next time when I come through to Nairobi, we will be meeting there at the golf course. And also I'm loving the fact that, you are still new in the space, but somewhere along the line, you decided to take, the decision to get involved in this space. What is it? I hear, the issue in terms of being able to have funds to pay, to have a stable income and to pay for the studies, but you could have gone into any other financial, resource or opportunity. But what attracted you to crypto?
Yes. So indeed, the first step into crypto for me was under the lockdown. We were locked down. I had been home. Oh my goodness. I really honestly had not even left the house because I was paranoid, not only about getting COVID, but about getting put into isolation, which was happening in Kenya. So the need to transact online safely and seamlessly was very crucial to me. So the first transaction that came my way was I needed to pay for something, and apparently the only way to pay for it was using Bitcoin. So literally somebody said, pay using this Bitcoin wallet. And that was the only way I had of making that payment. So for me, the bigger attraction became that I didn't have to physically go to a location in order to make a payment. I could simply, using internet and my telephone, make payments using Bitcoin. For me, that was earth-shattering and amazing because it also means that, for example, if I want to send money to my cousin in Kampala, all I need to do is transact between me and her. I don't need to send it to the M-Pesa guy who will then send it to her at great cost. So the peer-to-peer secure aspect of cryptocurrency transactions is amazing, number one. with all due respect to the people in the banking industry, I find it not only offensive, but extremely expensive to have to justify using invoices and multiple, record transactions of records, payments such as school fees payments that I make to my son to my son's university in Australia. So literally, I have to ask the bank for permission to make payments of, my money. Crypto allows me to send money to whomever, whenever I want to. And for me, that can only be God sent.
Absolutely. And I think that's such a powerful message because, so many people are like, what is this? How am I going to use it? You already, are using it. And I love the fact that you're using it as a payment method. Because many people, when we speak to them about crypto, they're like, okay, so I acquire it, what do I use it for? And now you are indicating, various ways that you have been able to use it, as a payment method. So we say kudos and thank you to the individual that said to you, you just need to use, your crypto to be able to make the payment. Now, now that you've been in the space and you've seen how it works and you've seen the value, that it's adding for you, if somebody came to you or when somebody comes to you, June, and says to you, explain this to me. And I know, being a Kenyan, also Kenyans have ways of explaining things that are unique and dynamic, in the world. So if another Kenyan came to you and said, explain crypto to me, how would you explain it to them?
Thank you, Tabelo. You really have a way with your questions. Yes, indeed. Now, Kenyans are unique in that for years we have had electronic ways of dispensing funds. So we have what you call M-Pesa. M-Pesa is registered and attached to your telephone number. So I would say that the best way to explain what it is that I do is with cryptocurrency, it's like having M-Pesa, but this M-Pesa is international. So I can send money electronically to everybody in the nation. I don't have to change from dollars into shillings. I don't have to worry about exchange rates. If I right now want to send money to my son in Melbourne, the Bitcoin in Kenya is equivalent to the Bitcoin in Melbourne. If I need to buy cake from my cousin in Kampala, she makes fabulous cake, I can pay her from my phone to her phone because all that Bitcoin is electronic money available for you, and the only bank, so to speak, that you need is your telephone.
Absolutely. I love that. I love this explanation or this phrase that it is international M-Pesa because I have experienced, how M-Pesa works in your country and in the community. And when I first experienced it, I was with friends who were buying a magazine, an Oprah magazine for that matter, on the streets, and just through the two phones and through the window of the car, we had paid for this magazine and we had the magazine in hand, and I'd never seen that before. So that amazed me. Now what you're saying is that if you understand M-Pesa and now take it onto an international level, I love that. I love that explanation. So you got involved. You indicated that you got involved through mining. Can you explain to people that are listening, especially for those that are in Kenya, what this Bitcoin or crypto mining is?
Okay, yes. Let me give it my best shot. So when I was introduced to cryptocurrency, all I needed was $300 worth of cryptocurrency to pay for something online that a friend was doing. And like I say, this was during the lockdown. But indeed, I was looking for a way to diversify my income stream. So I was quite happy to put in a certain amount of money that I had taken out of my treasury bonds. And at the time, I wanted to start doing playing with the stock market. Now, Bitcoin mining essentially means the process that brings new Bitcoins into existence. So for example, in Kenya, we have the Kenya shilling. The Kenya shilling is available in denominations from 1,000 shillings down all the way to 50 shillings. Those notes are created somewhere and verified somewhere. If you remember, we got the 1,000 shillings into circulation during the infamous Jirongo sessions. Prior to that, the highest denomination that we had was a 200 shilling note. So who makes those notes and who verifies them? Yes, they are verified by the Central Bank of Kenya, but it is actually De La Rue who creates those notes for us. We also have coins, and like you know, we have 5 shilling, 10 shilling, and 20 shilling and 40 shilling coins. What stops me from creating coins? Who gives somebody permission to have paper currency? So with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, mining is the computer process, the generation of new Bitcoin currency that is done using open source. So when I say I'm involved in mining, I mean that I have purchased shares, like shares in a SACCO, that allow me to receive a share of mining for a period of time. So this is not physical mining like digging for gold, but yes, we refer to it as mining because what we're doing is creating the new Bitcoins that will continue to be created until 2140. Right now we're in 2021. So Bitcoins, unlike Kenya shillings, are being issued for a limited period of time from the year 2009 to the year 2140. It is designed in a way that there will only be a finite number of Bitcoins ever to be created. So what I have is a share in the De La Rue of Bitcoin, and that pays me for a specific period of time. In my case, 1,100 days, I will receive a share of all the Bitcoin mining from the company that I have contracted to be receiving mining from.
Wow, June, you explain it so simply. I think you need to do lots and lots of online presentations about this because you have just simplified this, you know, hopefully for the people that have joined us and, you know, listening to you, I'm like, if only somebody had explained it to me like that, you know, at the beginning, but we've learned, you know, over the years. So if you're joining us on Facebook, if you've joined us here on Zoom, welcome to the session. We are in conversation with June Wainaina, who is based in Kenya, and she's sharing with us her reasons why she got involved in the crypto space and what it has, you know, done for her and the benefits that it's brought for her. She's explaining to us how she got involved in the process. And I love the fact, you know, there's a phrase that she used, which I think I'm going to use all the time, that, you know, crypto is international M-Pesa. I'm just in love with that phrase. So if you've got questions, you've got comments, you've got additions that you'd like to make onto the show, please just go onto the chat box on Zoom and also on Facebook, and we will endeavor to address those. So June, coming back to you, you've become involved, you know, from a mining point of view. Are there any other ways that you are earning your cryptos? Are you trading? Are you buying and hodling? Or is it just through the mining process? Through the mining process.
Thank you, Tabeho. So I'll keep my video off. I noticed the internet is dipping. I would say yes. Yes, I am involved because I had bought initially one mining plan. That mining plan came into action on the 2nd of June, 2020. That mining plan is for a coin called Bitcoin Vault. The company that I mine with has 3 coins in its stable. It has what you call L Cash, what you call Bitcoin Vault, as well as Bitcoin. And Bitcoin really is the first cryptocurrency that came into existence, but there are several thousands, up to 7,000, I think, cryptocurrencies currently in existence. I bought some Bitcoin in May of last year, and I thank God that I have held on to that Bitcoin because at the time the value was less than 10,000 Kenya shillings. So when you buy cryptocurrency, yes, you can trade actively, but I find trading extremely complicated and cumbersome. Perhaps I'm also a bit nervous to make a mistake because mistakes can happen and mistakes are often not reversible. But I would say that part of why I invested in, why I paid for a Bitcoin Vault mining plan is with Bitcoin Vault, you're able within a 24-hour window to reverse any transaction that may be made in error. So currently I have the original mining plan that I bought, and then I bought an additional mining plan in Cash in January of 2021. But I've also started to learn about other coins, even though I have not yet bought any other coins other than the three. I have Bitcoin, Cash, and Bitcoin Vault. I've also joined a free online class by Professor Pizza of South Africa. He is an applied mathematician and also quite the expert on cryptocurrency. And this has helped me in many ways because I'm trying to understand better not only what it is that makes cryptocurrencies so valuable, but also specifically with SureHive, which is really, let's say, targeting to empower people in Africa, if I may put it that way. I feel the need to validate not only what I'm doing, but in many ways, I've benefited so much financially, but also in terms of teamwork, that I feel it's important for me to understand what I'm doing from the inside out. However, for all intents and purposes, I have residual income every day for 1,100 days from mining. I don't think it gets any better than that.
Indeed, it doesn't get any better than that. You know, who is going to sit and give you 50 cents to the dollar every day, depending on the package that you bought? Who's going to sit and give you $1, you know, every day for a period of 1,100 days if you've bought a package that gives you $1 every day? And for a lot of people, that has really made a big difference in their lives. And I'm glad to hear you know, that you're involved as well in improving your own education, because if there's one thing I learned in this space of crypto and during these shows, everybody has said, once you get involved in the, you know, crypto space, education and keeping yourself abreast, you know, are such critical elements, because there's just so much information out there and there are so many changes and updates that are taking place on a daily basis. I'm also glad to hear that you bought, you know, you've got some Bitcoins, because, you know, when you bought them, the value where they were, and today look at, you know, the value where they are. So by the way, if you think of today's value, I mean, last night it was at 67, one Bitcoin was 67,000 US dollars. What is that in Kenyan shillings?
Yeah, that is it's over 7 million shillings in Kenya shillings. It's a phenomenal, unbelievable amount of money. I mean, it really is unbelievable. And what it also means is a person who bought one Bitcoin in 2009, let's say 2010, a person who bought one Bitcoin in 2010 may have spent about let's say $1, 100 shillings, and that Bitcoin is now worth 7 million shillings. Now I know, because I understand how it works, that a year from now the value will have gone up.
Yeah.
But I know with even more certainty that in 3 years, when my mining plan ends, I will have that much more dollar value for the Bitcoins that I have. Once a person understands this, it becomes very easy to hodl, like we say, HODL, hold on to the coins that you have. But more important, it becomes easier to understand that the banks and other systems that profit so much from our transactions may have to finally just adapt and take on cryptocurrency because it's a reality. But I begin to understand why, yeah, the formal sectors are not as keen as we are on enabling ourselves to transact as seamlessly as we do now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, we see it every day, and, you know, lots of people are still very scared to get involved in this space because they, in their view, there are no big businesses that are behind it. However, the whole idea of decentralized finance is that you don't need the big guns and you don't need the big, you know, businesses behind this. This is about everybody, you know, getting involved. So if you are here with us, listening to us, you know, we're sharing all of this information, and we're hoping that, you know, if you were unsure about participating in the crypto space, you are now starting to say, maybe I need to talk to June if you're in Kenya. Maybe I need to talk to Twelo if you're in South Africa. Or anyone else that you know has been involved in the crypto space over a period of time. Maybe you need to go and meet them for coffee and have a further and deeper conversation so that you understand, you know, what this means for you. Now, June, let's talk about Kenyans. As I said, you know, Kenyans are very tech savvy, right? At some stage, Kenya, I don't know now, but I know that, you know, it was the #1 tech hub in Africa. However, we're not seeing many of them that are getting involved in the crypto space. Why do you think that is? And what is the message that you, as a Kenyan who is based in Kenya, you would give to them specifically, you know, about crypto? That's question #1. And then question #2 is that, which exchanges would you recommend for somebody that's in Kenya who says, I have heard this and I'm ready to get involved? So how do we encourage them? What message do we give them? And if they're saying they're ready to be involved, which exchanges do you find, you know, are quite effective for people that are in Kenya?
Yes, thank you. That's an excellent question because, of course, one has to begin somewhere. I would say Binance, Binance. I sometimes say Binance, Binance. But also localbitcoins.com. Localbitcoins, that's one word.com. Both of those platforms allow you to use M-Pesa, the M-Pesa we are familiar with. But again, each one of them has its relative merits. Local Bitcoins is excellent and quite widespread. And whichever country you go to, you're able to more or less transact in the local currency. So I appreciate that about localbitcoins.com. And what will happen the first time you're doing it is you go on to localbitcoins.com and you create an account for yourself, and then you secure that account in a similar manner to how you create an email address. Okay, so localbitcoins.com, and I'll type it into the chat, and Binance, Binance.com. It's important also to point out that you can buy for as little as 100 shillings or 1,000 shillings. Any amount you want to buy is really quite feasible. Bitcoin is almost, well, not infinitely divisible, but it's divisible up to 8 decimal points. This means you need not have the millions that you assume you need to have to get started. I first bought $1,000 worth of coins, and you can buy as little or as much as you want to. I feel it's very important for each one of us to be able to do these transactions on our own using our smartphone, because it puts the power of transfer, exchange, and familiarity into your own hands. So when you get started, think of it as just opening an M-Pesa account. You can open and keep absolutely no money in the account if you so wish, but you can open this facility in order to receive money. So You can get started now in whatever business that you're in by saying that if someone wishes to pay you using Bitcoin, they may do so. And they may do so by sending you money using that wallet that you may have created. Example of a wallet would be blockchain.com. But indeed, for you to take that currency that you have received and turn it into the currency you're familiar with, you will go on to either local Bitcoins or Binance.com. And these are but two examples, but those are the ones that I recommend.
Oh, great. I love that, because this is one of the questions that we've been getting. And that's why, I wanted the conversation with people who are involved in crypto who are in Africa. Because being in South Africa, we obviously have, quite a number of exchanges that we can use. But when I receive a question for somebody that's in Zimbabwe or somebody that's in Kenya, I am usually a bit lost on what to refer. But now we know for Kenyans, you can be able to use Binance. I love that. And you can also use, localbitcoins.com. And we are obviously available on social media if you have any questions further about, getting involved or starting to have your own accounts. And June has been involved in less than 2 years, but the way that she explains this information, it's just amazingly, inclusive. The fact that you say somebody can open their account and not have any funds in it until they're ready for it, because sometimes people get so scared that, oh, if I open an account on the crypto exchange, it means I must be able to do something. You don't have to do anything immediately. The same with Mining City. You open an account, and when you're ready and you have the funds, then you are able to start buying your cryptos. June, you are a filmmaker. You are a female filmmaker. What do you want to say to other female filmmakers about getting involved in crypto?
Thank you so much, Tebeho. You are so gracious. I really appreciate you. Yes. What I'm going to say to other filmmakers, film is expensive. Good film costs money. Even better film, yes, will eventually give you good returns, but you know that in order to create even, say, in Kenyan terms, a film with a budget of 100,000 shillings, which is a relatively affordable film, or perhaps a short film, you want to get a return on your investment. I say to filmmakers, please understand what cryptocurrency is. Take the time to listen, ask questions, interrogate it, and understand that not only can you receive payments using cryptocurrency, but you can use it as a storage of value. The fact that I have some cryptocurrency now means a year from now, I will still have that cryptocurrency, but it will not be affected by inflation. Quite the opposite, it will have increased in value. And when you start to look around, you realize that even in Kenya, for several years, we have had several facilities accepting cryptocurrency payments. For example, in Nyeri, there's a well-known Nyamachoma lady whose name is Jerry, and she has been accepting Bitcoin payments for almost 10 years or more.
Wow.
Now, this means that someone who paid her 1 Bitcoin years ago got 1 Bitcoin worth of Nyamachoma, but right now she has 7 million shillings because that is the value that it has become now. I know that for certain, the Kempinski Hotel accepts Bitcoin payments, and this means that they receive a payment for you and they hold on to it, and they have double the advantage, 10 times the advantage. So filmmakers, let's open our ears and not assume that cryptocurrency is only for so-called investors, but it is a means to an end in terms of seamless transactions. If I am in Ouagadougou now at the film festival, I can make transactions using my cryptocurrency. If I am a flight, paying hotel, buying a meal, I can use my this cryptocurrency and leverage on it to have more money, more of an income stream, because the film world is often one that pays a lot at a certain time. And when there are no payments forthcoming, it can be a very, very dry desert.
Wow. Wow, that's powerful. If you are listening to us, if you don't take a step to get involved in crypto after this, I don't know what we have to do, to help you to get involved, because each and every industry that we are in the world, either they bought their own cryptos, or they are starting to find ways of accepting cryptos from people like you and I. Why are we not accepting cryptos from them when they want to, when we've provided services or products to them and they want to pay us? Think about it. You are getting, whether you get the full coin or you get the portion of the coin, and when you hold on to it, we've seen what has happened with Bitcoin. We've seen what has happened with Ethereum. We've seen what's happening with altcoins, the alternative coins. So get into the space of you receiving the cryptos, because when you hold on to them, when you hodl them for a longer period of time, you are increasing your wealth. And I am impressed with this lady that's been accepting. Can you imagine, how much money she has now with all the Bitcoin payments that have been used for the Nyama Choma, which, by the way, for those of you that have never been to Kenya or don't know about this, Kenya has some of the best Nyama Chomas. We call them Chisa Nyamas in South Africa, but my best Nyama Chomas I've ever experienced. I've been based in Kenya, and next time, hopefully, when I go there, I'll be able to then use my cryptos, to be able to pay for the meal. So, June, you indicated that you are also in the network marketing space, with regards to crypto. When people would like to get hold of you, let us know, what is it that you are doing in Kenya to help people get a better understanding and get involved in the network marketing space of cryptos?
Thank you, Tebeho. That's a fabulous explanation indeed. Increasing your wealth. I love the sound of that. Yes, indeed. The concept that I'm involved with, is network marketing. And what we do is we have a symbiosis of companies that work together. The one company is a more technical aspect, they have the mining equipment offshore. This is an Israeli-owned company. And the second company is the one that allows for us to build literally a city of miners. So rather than give, so much information on a call that has also had, a lot of information, essentially it's a referral system. In order to gain access, you can, what you do is I send you a referral link, and that referral link means you can sign up for free whenever you're ready. And this will mean you are then a part of the business. And this is miningsity.com. I love that it is network marketing, because I have been involved in network marketing for many, many years. But also, I'd rather earn commissions than use up resources on expensive overhead. So I work from home or from the golf club like I am in now, and essentially earn commissions in addition to the residual income that I get on a daily basis. So I get paid every day for 3 years, 1,100 days. But if you join under my referral link, I also get a commission. And once you are a member, you can refer as many people as you want to, because then you will also earn commissions. And the commission side of it is completely optional. You can put your money in and just, mine for 3 years without referring anybody. That would mean you're a passive member of the club, but like a lot of us, especially as women, we leverage on our networks. I share this information with family, with friends, with people that I meet, because I think it's very, very important to generate income from the networks that we have. That way I support you to support me. And at the end of the day, our children have a brighter future.
Oh, amazing. June, I could have a conversation with you forever. You know, you just have such a simple way of explaining, you know, what we are doing in this space. And I'm really hoping that people that are listening here, when we finish with the call, you know, they will go back and just reflect on their own or reflect with their families and you know, be able to take the right actions, and especially for women. I am a strong proponent for women empowerment, and ever since I've been involved in the crypto space, I am saying to women, open your ears, open your eyes. This is a space you can get involved in. You don't need anybody's approval to open your own account. You can open that account, create wealth for yourself, create wealth for your children, create wealth for the future, you know, generations. So June, how can people get hold of you if they're saying, we listened to you, we got encouraged by what you're saying, and we'd like to talk to you further, especially for those people that are in Kenya?
Thank you, Tebeho. Indeed, we could go on all day, but yes, I'm available, of course, via my Facebook. I have a huge Facebook footprint, June Wainaina. You can also reach out to me on telephone as well as on WhatsApp and Telegram. And yes, I'll share in the chat right now, which I believe will be available, the numbers that I use for WhatsApp. So thank you so much, not only for coming onto the call, but for staying on the call. It really has been amazing. But yes, let's talk about this. And remember, it's just about you getting involved, whether or not you come into my mining. Those are my Rotary colleagues. Whether or not you come into the Mining City platform, I really just am more excited to know that more people understand what cryptocurrency is, have the ability to receive payments using cryptocurrency, and more important, yes, use it as a storage of wealth. So get started and reach out to me. I'm a phone call away.
Wonderful. So my Kenyan brothers and sisters, you have heard, don't say I didn't share the information. I've even brought one of your own onto the show. So get in touch with June. Let's get in touch with each other, but don't be left behind, you know, by this train. This train is no longer just a train. It's becoming a bullet train. I don't know what it's going to become, you know, in the near future. And you don't want to be standing at the station and saying, there it goes, I should have gotten, you know, involved. As we say in the crypto space, the time to get involved is now. Whether the coin is 67,000 US dollars or whether it's 10,000 US dollars, but when you are ready, that is the time for you to get involved, because you really don't want to be left behind. June Wainaina, thank you so much for taking your time you know, to be with us today, for sharing your experience and sharing your knowledge, you know, also of this space. And for those people that are on Zoom, June has shared her numbers. I'm going to quickly copy them and put them on our, you know, Facebook page. Follow us on Crypto Diggers Africa. The purpose of this show is to do exactly this, that we bring, you know, speakers from across the continent who will be able to share with you how they got involved in the crypto space, what it is that they are doing, so that you realize that, you know, this crypto space is not only happening in the States, in Europe, in Asia, but it is happening and it is growing here in Africa. So, and the recording will be, this recording of this session will be available on our Team Wealth Creators YouTube channel and also on my website, www.mozite.co.za. If you follow, when you follow the Crypto Diggers page, you will also find the recording of today's show and all the other shows that we have had up to this point. So let us know what your thoughts are about the show. We welcome your input on what other areas in the crypto space we can cover in the show. And if you have any crypto related questions, please do not hesitate to contact me through the Crypto Diggers Africa page, both on Facebook and on Instagram. June, before I say my final goodbye, is there any final words that you would like to give to our crypto enthusiasts and the new people from Kenya that are going to join crypto?
Yes, Tebelo, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. You reached out to me. I came on the call, but I also know I found a new friend. And that really is all I can say. Thank you for having me on the call. I am honored. To the rest of our friends on the call, Judy in Kampala, I am buying a cake using Bitcoin. So you better get your wallet open. See you on the other side of success. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Asante. We look forward to seeing you next week, Thursday, same time, same day. And remember, women dig crypto. You dig?